In absolutist countries that failed to adopt industrialization like Russia and Austria-Hungary, the rulers actively blocked attempts to introduce new technologies and infrastructure such as railroads. In the Habsburg Empire, Francis I, who ruled until 1835, was a consummate absolutist who aimed to preserve the political status quo. He explicitly stated he did not need savants but good, honest citizens, and would remove any teacher who came with new ideas.
The Habsburg state lacked pluralistic institutions and a national parliament. When citizens from the Tyrol petitioned Francis for a constitution, he responded by warning them, "The soldiers obey me, and I will not ask you twice if I need money."
Francis I created a police state, ruthlessly censoring radical material. His rule was characterized by the unabated maintenance of the sovereign's authority and a denial of all claims on the part of the people to a participation in that authority.
At the center of Habsburg economic institutions stood serfdom, which highly circumscribed labor mobility. One of Metternich's assistants, Frederick von Jens, explicitly replied to proposed social reforms, "We do not desire at all that the great masses shall become well-off and independent. How could we otherwise rule over them?"
Crucially, Francis I did not merely neglect technology. He actively opposed and blocked the dissemination of technologies. He feared that industry would create factories, concentrating poor workers in Vienna who might become supporters for opponents of absolutism.
He implemented this fear directly, banning the creation of new factories in Vienna in 1802 and banning the importation and adoption of new machinery until 1811. Francis also opposed the construction of railways, one of the key new technologies of the Industrial Revolution. When a plan for a northern railway was presented, he replied, No, I will have nothing to do with it, lest the revolution might come into the country." Since the government wouldn't grant a concession for a steam railway, the first line built in the empire had to use horse-drawn carriages and was intentionally designed with gradients that made subsequent conversion to steam impossible. The ultimate goal was ensuring the stability of the extractive institutions and protecting the advantages of the traditional elites who supported him.
Farther east, Russia under Tsar Nicholas I had equally absolutist institutions founded on serfdom, where serfs were tied to the land, lacked freedom of occupation, and could be sold at will by their lords. Count Igor Kankrin, the finance minister between 1823 and 1844, aimed to strengthen the traditional political pillars, particularly the landed aristocracy, by keeping society agrarian. He reversed proposals to develop a bank for industry and instead lent to large landowners, using serfs as collateral, thereby choking off funds for industrial development.